One kasa personally, you see kasem what any corner no. Ana say uye dru corner no. Ana corner no kra no ehunu tail lights and our headlights. Nina questions I'm for ebusa and after finance minister the media budget review koto edwana. Fin so osha the yate and say COPEC for kase say new pricing window no and here na we make up petrol and fango ede na here na fango bo ekosro. I don't so want them saying anything. Ne ye be hwe sikasem mainly ewo jumadi so on pensem mo ye original TV Adwempa morning show no penso aye dru and say be pensem semwa app young Kasankasa Abrabum say the Wokrat internet so baby I be reading come. And I found Mawasomraha Bibi Edrum Rebia Yabema also so Canada Argentina Abba Medili Coco say J Pato na Yura Bakwa Nka Kaka Krebinanka Mayaka so triable because nano so abo yenu nyina na chechere no nti me ehwese nka obehwa me agya no ho anya sotum NDC parliamentary candidate obani bibia boko de
nyame ado na wonso
rade dia chen
da nyame asi
na ono so me you come in handy o sa nkomo mu pa say why a banker Juma for a very long time. I mean, he was a banker for close to 14 years. Nesi kasem so no idea but nani ajemo or pebi na odi bi ho nkomo.
Me pebi aminsanka.
O pebi.
Aminsanka.
Sa. Ana obejum for problem at all.
Minya nka me nsu jaka krebi gu bifia. Me cleaner na efa be $100 and can be me the pa but
yani deputy finance minister era John Kuma enso di nkomo efa budget no enso so eho yenkoni nkonkotie nsem bi mu a ode tuja na ewia yaba na yabeto nkomo no so
era finance minister okata no ode tuja say Ghana ye de ho akodon IMF nso say na enumu no yenya se ebe bi friend fiscal consolidation excessive customer to ye no afa kofom na eka ye bo no esote ti se wo boka no na se so tinso a ewon tinso so wo economy no ana se economic growth no excessive nkita hodi e wo economy no nema bi so betete ama nyina wo te nyine no abeba form international expectation ay 2.8%. And so it answer ye betete kaso ike wose di ye tete so na ekadi wose boy into me morning no ebe man na wose economy ni no eso beti abakoma be do 1.5%. And no ne announcement of the two and emom no question wo so ne say afia e wo ya no free January be March no economy ni grow by 4.2%. Even though say the expectation was from no aban eguso ne private sector no yen share for free yen budget no ko mu na emom ankran de bi omutie and then development partners come with the ban baby the better say agriculture money industry and services no no about what nya peja o minor nkita hudie na ko nanim chen say dey ato dwa no kra enti o mu say aban say ye ku enim no get the say be ba from na economy ni kita hudie be ba from there then so say for on so the two dwa no be bo ama still na ne be hunu mpuntu ewo economic and say na ye no kind no ani nyina no ade a businessman bia bisa no ho ana tinani ni bisa no ho ye nema be miensa na say nine yedi kan inflation na waboso no se anopa wo kosa wo akotwa dia se se bo na wo koto na wonim no wo bekono na sa na tie na ya tun kura nka kakra bi se inflation ni din se mu se de December ko do 54% na ade na wo bisa ne bo anopa no wo bekọ awia na sa nyim na bo na sesa and then or the sugar thing and yaduma but for my 42.5%. I think so exchange rate good for Mokrani and from an eBay or dollar not more than cities na ho de no. 10 cities say no yan the $1 na so kind of force ba beton ye o kantamantua. Sika saying also $30 no obewi na ne get na sia na say IPPF na bia beka ho and also na koya could do 15 cities na me adomaba abe stable around 10-11 Ghana cedis to a dollar and also ejina pintiama Ghana for after so Bosnia bonsi mu interest rate so okọ bank so akọ Bosnia bia be ejuma nti hu sen na bank na ejema on say no so kosro T-bill rate could do na we say yes share money back from me abada wa be 23-24%. Nti ama nivedi a odi no so okopɛ Bosnia bank na rate of the no ebe wo fo nti no so e ade abɛhwɛ after timamuni a ono okoto petrol e wo filling station e koya akodu 24 cedis per liter nti ohwese o boka to petrol na me ne okasɛ no eswati aba below 12 cedis e bi kwa 11 point something cedis so nti sane ma no nyina indication e kyerɛ Ghana sikasɛm hyehyɛ na yɛyɛ sese ni nyame adom koyie fan ntoma petrol and nti no use broni kasa sɛ we have turned the corner sese baabi ane nama ne ho tro no nyina no nyame adom sese deɛ yɛna yɛ tintin yie a yɛwɔ ahotosoɔ ne gidie sɛ afe ne nkɔ awie no na hyehyɛ a yɛyɛ nyina sunsansoɔ
okay nti yɛwura John Kuma ana mɔbɔ no homɔden sɛ ɔbɛtry sɛ ɔbɛkyirim sɛ yɛsi sese baabi a yɛduru no yɛbu asimu a ne sa yɛatɛn ne kɔna no a ɛna no wɔkyerɛ emu no baminim honorable Emmanuel Adote Alote anya constituency parliamentary candidate for the NDC opening akwaba bio
pato mi dase
so yɛatɛn ne kɔna no ana because so hwɛ sɛ de no si kyerɛ aniama baabi ana inflation wo baabi asese omo ahwade ababeduru baabi ana petrol leta bo esitie baabi omo timi di ababedum kafa ngo nyina ana afi so o hwɛ sɛde na dollar ewo baabi asese ababeduru interest rate baabi ana ewo baabi asese ababeduru is it not fair as the managers of the economy ekase they and I say we have turned the corner ebekase eno ano no
but mami fa kwanya winchia ahwefo nyina no pay na menchia men emamfo nso e wanya so to anope mechia obia na pato on say nso na your rainy season mu nti me constituency for no omu brepa nti mesre na what you see fit dey dia free the current MP ni MC
and just so 3 days ago he was here.
Oh, okay. Now we have been found because it's not easy in the various electoral areas. Ni na road no any gates ni na say na senti so tetosia o PF o fie no ato nya easy.
O ya MP dia no betima ya found.
Say ono so di ebia oma MC ni pressure kakra because when we say adwuma no esi they don't know CMC no so but MP no so you can also file a question in parliament to the Ministry of Roads and Highways. Wow. Now if you are say local government say you know because it was captured under the Sino Hydro deal no. Most of the roads were captured under but the outcome of the Sino Hydro deal no say if they find alternative funding I think it says also more pressure kakra on the MC and also file a question in parliament directed to the Ministry of Roads and Highways and local government. I think because it's been for so many years. Wow. And only started pay. Na microphone in Bombay. Some of the areas in the
what are the reasons for some of the things that the entire so
it's all about the culverts and the drainage. It has not been done before. They say I say you it's not there.
A drainage system. Drainage problem.
Oh, drainage system. I say so don't forget say we are close to the Weja Dam. And we have a lot of water bodies.
Storm drains ankasa.
Excellent. Say we get all those culverts and big drainage to carry the water. But find so from those areas into all the way to the Weja Dam. Straight to
how is the planning like? Conform we see down how density because in himself most of the times we know Accra is a low-lying area.
Yes.
And so no, yamfa ho ne baby ebesi dan asi. They're planning ayebasa nkrofo nkrofo afunum ema omo sisi dan wo baby ni kwanso omo sisi dan.
But I can tell you on authority say areas like Anyansu to Hujagbawe, I inform motors as you know, they did very well.
Okay.
The demarcations have been left. The demarcations for road, gata,
just that
most of them more than 80,
yes,
80%. But even impose obi dan AC waterway air higher no, and we have to pull it down.
Okay.
But frankly speaking, more than 80% they did very well. All the demarcations are there. They say you try and buy. Now honestly you be being found. Next time we'll buy pushing in that area for me because the growth on there now but to remember the major issues. So say based on near John Kuma any finance minister means they have 10
which are what the Okakan in I no correct.
No,
me can't say no crescent fuel a liter of fuel then 223-22 thereabout. Say
but do you know why?
No crescent na ewo ho. And as say above from no crescent dollar could do be 15 franco 16. And say ewo be 12 and 11 no me agade. No crescent interest rate ya say asan ba be 28 no me there.
America say they have done this thing over and over. They be yen trona yen find Ghana for I don't know number one time Ora Mahama war now fuel liter that is where you should look at because no who can say Ora Mahama buy no swing kosu ye bre into 2 mami so from 3.5 per liter no I would call 22 no and now you have brought it back to 13 and that's 12 no what are you telling me? My judgment is that
no but the old children say if we baby ne call ho na asaba
yes
nti no crese swat
yes
baby no crese baby na e won say nya sa na tie
no yes I agree with that but my point is say time I enam 3.5 per liter no o si ye bre me bo apato enina kan say ye bre e no omudi ye e fe ne sel enyu omutu e wo e kroma you said all these things to Ghanaians and say ye bre nti ye 20 year old mama na ndc nti o fa ya o di call 22 about 12 no. What are you telling me? Say you have 10 things around and we should feel better. If 3.5 you didn't feel better, how can 12.9 and I pay 12? Are you aware? Say and I pay all the these things in the current window prices. Even gas LPG we go about 18%. Indeed, you have not brought us back from where we were under Ora Mahama, who can once in Indonesia. I'll go no. So you can't tell me say things are getting better. No, things are getting worse. Then yemra inflation. Inflation is around 15.4%. What do you call 54%? He said 42.5%. So you can't tell me say things have turned around. Bring us back to where we were. Then I can appreciate the fact say things have turned around. When it comes to exchange rate, under Ramama, 3.9 to the dollar. And also, is if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate what we expose you, would it to you a yano, a good thing. Now we are around 12 cedis to the dollar. So if from 15, we have around 11.6 and pay, what have you done? Why can't you bring it back to 3.9? No, be able to say yes, you have done something. Then we come to interest rate. Which bank? EMA 28. Policy rate from the central bank. Central bank now, the lender of last resort. Or no, all this can EMA bank no, or the 30%. So which bank will come and sell it 28%?
Okay, well, you understand some of this, but I have.
You see the whole thing. Interest rate. No, unless maybe he's talking about interest rate for T-bills and all those things, but interest rate for borrowing, the base rate for the banks, can be 28 because central bank the regulator, the policy rate 30%. It was 29.5, and recently they have to increase after the MPC meeting. 30%. So there is no way commercial banks will sell their loans below the 30%. No. So what has changed? Now those days will not end up. Now policy rate and I'm in France and I will buy them. So bring us back to where baby I see engine now. We hear now. Ugu mama hufeno. Then you can tell me and say you have done well. Then we should praise you. So all the in this abosunina no nina teacher pansa. You're suffering. So you see, Patu, this is the problem with this government. We are here be no. We see a slight fever. Meanwhile, a malaria plus, which gives high fever. But we see a slight fever. We are a serious one. Yeah, can say a emergency. We see what we call OPD. How can you get and I say where they a draw about how you are here? They should speak the truth about the economy. Don't come and paint a picture. Sugarcoat words. Obi say the facts and figures on the ground. Which say BBA say, and these are clear. And then in America, how come Pato this year GDP Omodi Maya say will be growing at 2.8% overall? How come say they have revised to 1.5? And you know the implications as far as the private sector is concerned, as far as the consumers are concerned in this country, individual purchasing power is concerned. So when you revise the thing, meaning say BBM kosuye, and I say near money say, and that is the reason why you revise the GDP from a 2.8% to what 1.5%. Meaning the economy is shrinking. And I said, if the economy is shrinking now, but you know the implications to all sectors. What do we call the agents of the economy? Government will suffer, businesses will suffer, consumers will suffer. So these are the things I can want to say. So you can't tell me say you have turned the corner. Which corner have we turned? You are not even near or close to the corner, and that's what we are saying.
Until corner, no, they are only as far as you are concerned.
They are not even near at all. And these are facts and figures on the table.
The facts and figures on the table indicate say
near the corner cry. Draw cry.
Until say it got bad, it got worse, and it's getting better. Is it not?
So better. So if it's getting better, my point is if it's getting better, the major economic indices, when I say indicator, which is the GDP growth, why did you revise it, downwards? Meaning the economy is expected to shrink. And I think someone say, listen, Pato, there are two major approaches in calculating the GDP. Either the income approach and the expenditure approach. Ufa income approach, and I think income that private sector is generating, the businesses are generating. So if you tell me, say the economy is supposed to now 10 back from 2.8 to 1.5, meaning say the private sector will not be making any huge profit, and I say money, they'll be collapsing. And the facts are showing on the cost of production, because of what? High cost of what? Electricity and water tariff. Meaning say it will have impact on unemployment. Because if the private sector is not expanding, how can they create jobs? How can they give out jobs? How can they increase their production? Meaning say we will continue to depend on what? Importation, which will have another effect on what? Exchange rate. So these are the whole thing. But if you want to use the expenditure approach in estimating the GDP, say overall GDP will have to turn back from 2.8 to 1.5. Meaning say the purchasing power of the consumer, the Ghanaians, and also we don't have the money to buy. That is how come you are reducing, and I say you are changing the estimated expenditure approach method for the GDP and the figure. We are moving from west to west. That's the truth on the table.
From west to west. Awal Mohammed, member of the NPP National Communication Team. Katama former YE so Penia Kwaba. Bibi abokode. Who watch it? Why you are doing a lot of things right?
Social media, yes.
Kofi Ajapon born home modern. He is doing a lot of things right. Deserve a basu body, and you see, when young people, any opportunity, now omu distinguish omu hosa. I was here talk also share omu crime. I quite say politics in Tina saying. Oh yes, I didn't say pet nankrofo na nkofa paint.
Yes.
Na afi painti ha kakra no painti ha kakra. You want to be bitter, but you know the fact is a young man from Ghana who has been given the opportunity to serve young people, and he's doing a lot of things right. I was say a talk also na Bonabaso.
No pressure your call your ready your call present your budget to parliament and normal can say for the year within 6 months of your friends and ten and what me achieve all the employment targets I set here or call parliament say okoye or can say over 20,000 for this year. They say on over 27,000 just there a year only YE in Kwan say be there between our mokani na keka ho again there any private sector cry there and also about 10,000. So it tells you that indeed or buy or the records be break records be break. So it's really doing
wonderfully well.
Yes.
Now there me say as I am any kanka cry say yes, auditors, but how much adwuma na moya no sa mo hwe adwuma moya mo say why you pan moya adwuma we say yenhu hwe wo yenhu scandal bia.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
even the external auditors.
Yes, external auditors. Why you na mo boss adwuma we ya say la yenhu, and it speaks volumes.
That's true.
I think say in fact he is dazzling. He has distinguished himself and he's worth commending. Na economy no ankasa ne ehunu say no corner no say ye turn corner no say if you break the bepim because say Osha Bank of Ghana kra no ye bank bad time ono kra kabubro enti say amount for person better turn the corner no kra because say corner no kra me I don't go or see in Lurube corner no crana campus at any corner. Mona Moabemo. Dear Namunam Pese, Finance Minister Pese, or Che.
Yo, Medase, Maminchia, Yashafonina, not Minchia Minia, where candidate or constituency. And
you also too.
Yes, meet him.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
The Michano Lady B Bakwa or contesting your friend Ketura. Or see one penny chairman a Genesika Sobako no post or Penamananko no post. SQ idea no Eddie only so the Bema I did to but then you say, oh, me did not was it chairman? I can say Obama no Ako ono post. Oba sa was Q at the end of the ama allote. But you ask a crash and allote. That's why allote.
So I call no post. I say chairman, so when they win, so no post. No post, they say, nobody's calculating. I didn't say, I'm going to say, allote a boy, Jumano, and he has to continue. That's all.
And the chairman, Jihad,
or Jihad, and
cry allegation. Lady Neck.
Chairman swap to the assistance now.
Obama, oh, say, Chama yet say, or you know, OTF, and you want to mean calling Jan, a Jaudi in some pine in a but the point is, no, the point is, a allegation. Assistance now, my country, and can be BHSA or Cruise Cadima, Chairman say, Monday win. But Chairman so many allegations. And I think so, it could be true, it could not be true. No, but Chairman is supposed to come to Benjamin or he can say, oh, no, but you know,
1,000 cities, not Abra, me buy and me my share. You say it publicly.
The fact is that the chairman, I know a chairman, it is a basi why is here. Only people won't say why you name it. Why I didn't, but the point is, allegations, as whether it is true or not, you know, with time, you know. My and has nothing to do with your GDP. Only by form.
Your icebreaker because
yes,
I think say
I will tell you true. Or already showed up by you. Anyway.
Yes,
I think they are doing still the corner.
Yes, say finance minister say attending the corner. I say baby a free bar. Any baby a bedru any ene baby a gina beboa nti na wo sampa kona no ye teni ananse ye teni obaye no na ye finance minister for the past 6 years 6 years ya we finance minister no ye hu na dwuma oboye within the 6 years no in 2017 2018 2019, na your economy no na a grow averagely 7%. Na that is the GDP. Na inflation na firmly under control. Na around a single digit inflation for a longer time. Up to 2021 and as a 2022 krano, na inflation is less than 15% throughout 2020 up to between 2019 up to 2022 and as a 2017 up to 2022 na inflation no less than 14% and as a less than 15.5% NDC for a day a koya betro. Even with COVID, na inflation was under control. One of the which is trite knowledge, and it's Russia-Ukraine came out with inflationary figures. I don't know, my inflation worldwide. COVID-19 had issues with the economy. Russia-Ukraine had issues with inflation. Russia-Ukraine hit US echo inflation, their highest in 40 years. You can see the same thing. It will be a one minimum so one phobia or bruchero mocase. Adia you turn $1 ene. Now in the next 5 years, I bet on $1 no, and a borrow even $3. That was how in 2022 economies around the world are fair. So definitely, also again, especially when you are running a ton economy, you are running an import-driven economy. So, running an import-driven economy, there is the highest possibility that inflation will import to be. For instance, your total import to from Turkey around 30%. Turkey inflation equal 98%. So okodrua ene normal na auto ebeton wa ha 10 cedis. Okwa untimi ntono sane auto no Turkey ho. So you import some part of their inflation in this country. Inti ebema normal na kosoro. Inti ema normal bo ekosoro. Inti ema ye inflation no normal bebre ekekabo mu. Fuel prices yenim because of stability of the cedi in Ekekao. Yenya stability, relative stability to the extent that after 2021 and even 2022, na ye can say ye share records for 80 years in terms of stability of the cedi. Then share records. We put this information out. Obi who said really we're doing very well. At a point in time, we were hit. Your friends saying your economy no a shrink. A drew baby, ye bibia a touchma. As at February 2020, your friends saying 2022 no. Na ye dollar to see the crown na it was not up to 10 cedis. By December 2022, na a drew close to 15 cedis. Ene at the same. Na inflation December 2022 no na inflation akodru 54%. Inti baby start free baby ye bedru ye ene baby ye gina nti ka se ye dru ya turn the corner na ye gina baby ye oman no e gina ne nan so a minister ne dey can because ene inflation na ye kan ho asem are moving from 54.5% in December and I'm 42%. And which resampa ye try say ye be turn the corner no. Again, dollar no a move to close to 15 cedis per $1 no. And it's hovering around 11 cedis. And which say we're turning the corner. Fuel prices are a move called the highest in the history of this country. That was 23 diesel equal 23 cedis per liter, and a diesel air 12 cedis per liter. That's how it's hovering around. So say you can say yeah 10 the corner now, and no say just the same about 6 months ago.
No, you didn't say you are 10. You said you have 10.
Yes, you're 10. Yes, you're 10. What I say because say as at December 6 months ago. Now we fill a tanker, na fuel no. Na me fill me tanker na around 2,000 cedis. And me fill in 800 cedis. So it should tell you that at least you're turning corner. Because
okay, so I think now where I mean you come also efa say how then you could do baby you could do na somebody. That is what has been the bone of contention.
Okay. So then you could do
why did you, because he said inflation baby I'm not picking the free here even NDC time.
Yes.
And then one more time crab baby.
Exactly.
How did it get to that extent?
Okay.
Until Monday my weather storm now until no move for say I was say
So net GDP grew at 7%. We buy COVID buy you revise the GDP growth to 0.4%. That time no global economic outlook as say emerging economies may grow negative. But they grew negative. We grew 0.4%. And no extra will say ampa. A buy baby GDP you move from 7% to 0.4. And no extra how are a hit again revenue, projected revenue, any expected nene kika hunyina eshiranke for 8 months na teacher 40 omunye dwuma bia but na etua omuka for 3 months na yenom kanea ewo omanyimu for free ensure yenom ensure for free all this to cushion the economy and also a huge expenditure. Our economy, you're close to your 43 border towns for over 1 year. Maybe a scar.
So cost benefit analysis.
Yes.
Economy, so I demand free. Electricity I demand free. Any borders are close here. Yes. Cost benefit analysis.
Yes. So the say President Akufo-Addo time COVID no a corner nim no. Or can say abada ho aye makrama nkanipa or can a famous pronouncement World Health Organization Gabriel Jesus can say these are visionary leaders to the extent that he shared it on his Facebook page. Or can dey ba ko say bet na ha na economy na say na nipa nyankwa de me choose say nipa be nyankwa because ye wo kwan ya ye fa so e the economy ni back. But so be who are intimi fanemba. This was the underlying factor Emma Akufo-Addo all these expenditures within 2020 and 2021. That's very important. And then the cost benefit analysis in say it will cost us the economy to go into haywire. Ye nim say economy ni be say because ye spend this car yini. We mentioned it. Akufo-Addo kan
you are being accused of misuse sika buy COVID into buy.
Yes.
For be crampo at the show up economic revenue shortfalls.
So
and no say the management and so ankoyi say koyi nkebia enema be better than they are now. Said they must manage him so cannot buy because na more common at it him say munim kwan be fa so be nyane economy ntino na mum penhwe say be wo emu ntino ya sa de na to it him ntino you were doing things anyhow. So
okay say obi mismanage scanner mention say the right picture just an accusation say bia eno ye just
even some cite Auditor General's report.
Yes.
Any infractions are
so infractions are interested sikana say
it has been mismanaged
and infractions baby your friends said disallowance and surcharge and you lost money
but it was mismanaged
so and you lost money
no but I'm talking about I'm not talking about lost money I'm talking about mismanagement they are all kind
yes.
Auditor General talks about uncovering certain things and retrieval of certain things. But what
I'm saying is that baby, ananka o say different bit me age.
So those who were managing the economy, I was saying any kwanso me drew. Do you think you did a good job?
With the management of COVID-19, I can tell you. Isika, we did a good job. Don't forget, sir, at that time I buy no nose mask na ene. Ukuta 1 cedi uji 2 no. Na baako 10 cedis. Sa nose mask no. Na baako 10 cedis. E buy no ye krabai. Ye tobai. Again, obi bia ofri aburuchiri ba bia no. Na order 3-star hotel for free na aban no. Efa hoka. Itua hoka because na yesuru se obeba na obe mingle with na busuafo obetimi aye. So the expenditures no, they are there. Nipa na ye ho adwuma. Nipa na ye ho adwuma no, it is possible say obi eye mfumso obi. But you do not say we generally mismanaged it because adwuma ye no is now bearing fruit. And until I can say you launch the PC peg no, I must say you're turning the corner no. Essence say baby economy no edimirika kodru ye in December 2022 to the extent that Finance Minister Bakachre Ghana for said your economy no be crash. And you saw it because okra would demo where economy no was crashing because idea na otono ukuta 100 cedis a lusu value to the standard is around 45 cedis. So it tells you that ampa baby you could do you drew baby and the brink. Emma President Bekan said the economy is in crisis. For the first time in the history of this country, said President Baba Jina, I can say economy no. A drew baby a kwa him. Wabeka. And yet others are can say economy the we are IMF so mean IMF bia we are prophet of doom in the account. But here you do baby can say and I can say IMF. You suggest a call. Because maybe a year drew no.
Because some say the consequences are
dire. Because you who say maybe a year drew no. We are quite ye. Any yakui 6 months from December to Ene. Bloomberg say Ghana cedi a world beater. Story of Bloomberg at the buy. No say almost say 152 currencies across the world. We are seeing now for 6 months and year 1 month. For 6 months, consistently, who say Ghana cedi a world beater. From February to Ene, cedi no depreciated by only 1.8%. A history of its own. When you're running an economy like the Ghanaian economy,
what is it attributed to? Is it attributable to
a lot of factors,
deliberate efforts and steps taken by this government?
Yes. We launched the PC PEG. And in the PC PEG, you can say, your friends saying one of the measures in the say call IMF to help the PC PEG. You call IMF. It's one of IMF. You call record time. Yetimi enya the bailout no. Eboye emanya stability. The second one, gold for oil. Dr. Baumia Elanchi. Gold for oil, every month be na yema $400 million. And I declare kra from ediba omanyi edema bulk oil distributors in ema omokoy.
480.
Yes, $1 million. And I
average of 450 million.
Exactly. And that amount of money, they don't require from Bank of Ghana again because at least gold for oil are bad.
They don't require
all of it. All of it. And I make us say they don't require all of it.
All of it.
Essence say gold for oil na bar at least. Omudi gold no koji from one e buy. The massa companies now omwa ekotoba no. Iti omu kotoba de, but omu be free gold for oil no. Inti ema stability etimi e buy. So there are a lot of factors idea to akwemwa even with the inflation. The reason of policy rate. You're buying a policy rate to 25.5%. One of the measures are economies across the world, or be even first year basic economists, say your friends say base rate, form bibria, at least upejemua it may eboa ekebu inflation. So one of the things I hear say you move to 13% from 25.5% as at 2022. But you move to say I was say you increase your base rate, say na be ya ebetimi a check the inflation no and no ka ho na ama inflation no about 54 point from 54 about 40
so mo amutwa sika bi gum
and can the base rate raise inflation
man consult your friend say bank of in parliament cry sika in supply no mo se sika no gum bebre a the inflation beba mo ankasa so ma san kwhye ba bi mo atwa bi de gum
at that point in time
mo say
Bank of Ghana enya mfumso bi asa o mo twa sika edema ede support to the economy no Bank of Ghana me to say your friend say omunye mfumso bi asa o mo support to abenga GOG we your friends saying budget because even the law requires say up to 5% of your friends saying the budget of government timi omutimi support to say ehu hia say also omoko abeva or say omoko because at that time no na hia say ebetimi amiti some of the expenditures are was say yeko
all right
Patu Mr. Pa on say apart from say politics no ahwefo nso esua de so some of the things you know my many can same found because it will suit a political party but Ghana so be they are supposed to borrow lend to government 5% of the previous year's total revenue in 2022 meaning they have to look at 2021 revenue and that's a tax collection in the 5% you know is up to 60 billion but 2021 the total tax Saudi revenue is around 73 billion. So you calculate, you say, on calculate 5%. Now, on first Asicano, Embwa Abine central government.
Okay, so
but
break it down.
Indeed.
Break it down. Because one answer, you use opportunity in first.
Yes.
Bank of Ghana will more coin say about central government Bosnia.
Yes.
But or say or share na ohunu say afinu a etwam no.
Excellent.
Ne revenue no generate ye ni nyina no. Emu 5% per and wo so nyina so obegina so e dey amount say me fa ne say total revenue 100 billion afia etwam a obetimi abobosia
5 billion
about 5 billion
e dey ama
ntino say o check total revenue previous year not so bosia close to 60 billion wabra total revenue year number 170 something billion 160 billion way more than
the 5%.
5%. But yes. Then let us look at exigencies.
Because of the situation into local parliament to get approval. And I so don't sit here and say I'm not saying say my central bank and my government second more than 5%. Some opportunities but according to the law, no, it's a parliament to get approval to go beyond the 5%. And I say,
but when the situation gets critical,
time I COVID by and we still went to parliament to approve certain things and say I'm buying it to me so you can't say because of criticality, as if said to say near Menuka and say because of the COVID I couldn't think straight. I just make payment and then it's how. You remember the famous Sputnik V scan 2 wow. So it's not about say because you're under pressure. Mranima who can say over 5%, but if you say you need more, no, you go to the appropriate place. And how long will it take?
You go to the people.
Yes, yes.
You see, well, I didn't say to bring it to everybody's level. Parliament, a representative of people, representation of Ghana for. Ghana for sika na wo manage.
Yes.
Ya dem rato ho say na say o pese o yesi a o ye. Wo ho kwan. Sa 5% no de wo ho kwan say o ye wa bra wo nko parliament.
Excellent.
But ekoba ne say na kodru dia. Sa bra nipa no the people no never catch up say guys where we are now you can say the 5% ne ya nti e pese e ko beyond sa ade.
Very simple.
Okay, so that is marano.
Yes.
Na de omo ye no yenhwe me ya na say nyan because parliament approve because we are talking we are doing this back and forth because parliament did not approve it.
Yes.
Senka parliament approve ya nka still unim sikasem the inti omuteki sa na mo no eya na
inti parliament e be mu anka that is why you finance committee you minority inti nka mo hwem yie I say sika na o say oh person go beyond 5%, you know. Odi ko ye die.
So they've done it now. No. Let's do the analysis.
In Jamaica say so like the effect now and BOG say they have made a loss of 60 billion. BOG is even worse than UTA and Capital Bank. You see the whole thing. And Parliament be mu anka. And be hwe nia wo de ka koye e bia na 60 billion kra unya nya. So that from what you are saying, you know, when you are 30, that could have saved BOG from the current situation of the central bank.
Nanka bia ya hwe bia government, central government to have expenditure controls.
Excellent. Only say there's wisdom in creating this constitution. Say,
Run by the people.
By the people. No, and there's benefit in someone criticizing Niaode Bano because any sir, what you say, I didn't require no mukano. Though you may challenge and argue on the floor, but come back and say,
but they give the fund. Okay, the one offer now.
There be
60 billion no
continuously in the I mean within the year. No moji. Out forcing. Every alarm say near no. And you see that is the effect on the inflation. Now do 54% in that year, and that is where America say this. They should just speak the truth.
How is that the reason?
Yes, because printing of money, that is the effect. So you are going to have more money chasing fewer goods. Demand will rise. One supply near your produce will country maybe new. But
sometimes me am in Tiasio say you can say sikawo man so much that nature see fewer goods. Yansu ya no shortage we are
my say because no shortage in
because the money is fewer
exactly but shortage comes in the adjustment of the price. Essence we nyina mu penia me ton enti me ka say me ton 10 cedis kwa.
We didn't experience that.
We did. No shortage. No, it is not shortage. You see,
don't have to look at pricing behavior. The pricing behavior of the people, no. I think at a point in time it had to be checked. Just that I was saying intimate price control, a friend. But shortage there.
When we say every economic factor be a can one there are underlying assumptions.
Yeah.
Until I say all things be equal. It doesn't mean that the effect is totally on the fact that we have more money chasing fewer goods. There's also the price behavior. You go from almost so much but largely we are looking at the larger effect. It doesn't mean 100% of the effect back from the picture of the money.
So what? The Akofan Komo buy say more money. We are printing of money.
Yeah.
And I'll say no can be the inflation.
They call 54%.
And they call 50% because there was more money chasing fewer goods. And I'm saying the facts don't support the fact that there were fewer goods.
No, you are using the fact don't support because it be and now who say no. Say can it be and same. And I said the same no. They didn't really tell you say now. Most can be there be in America say the effect is not about shorting the goods, but about the change in the price of the goods. Say, okay, but we say maybe a penny a meton on better. That's the effect. Oh, yeah, because of the time factor. We say, who be saying about the exchange rate stability? I mean, fairly stability. And it is not true. Look, they have suspended foreign debt payment in dollars this year. So if you are not paying about 11.something billion, you are not paying your foreign creditors now. There will be less pressure on foreign currency consumption.
But that is the reason why that did not come by fluke.
No,
that did not come by fluke. That is as a result of
some measure will be taken.
No, you see, Babato.
Is it by default?
No, yes, sir. Of course, you are defaulting.
Is it by no?
You are defaulting.
No, but we are not saying.
No. Listen.
Is it a deliberate?
Let me flow. Then you understand. Because if I don't land, normally you don't let me land. Then may see.
No, but the exchange rate when we sawa. When we sawa nekwa because what so I want you to break it down.
Point in say. Exchange rate fairly stability is not as a result of a buying policy. In fact,
this government exchange program, buying program.
No, I need a domestic. foreign one and start here. Take your time and listen. And say that's the reason why I said because we don't speak the truth. No, every time be that's a question. They will say, hey, then I can say you must know the reason why and then extra be 11.6 now they be around 11. No, and America say it's about demand and supply. Near a higher debia is the high interest rate you have for foreign creditors now. What you say? And the oil and other importation. Oil no. Gold for oil, no, I take about 30% of 450 million. They be importing oil. No.
So still, we didn't do it.
Now, when it comes to the debt payment, the foreign one, there, you are having chat, discussions with Japan, China, and all those people say, Mr. You are informed and reach agreement. Say, I will not pay you. You have defaulted, but you are begging them. And the essence of 11 something billion. But that's the reason why I'm coming. Demand has reduced from the side of interest payment, and that's the reason why
dollar no yes say pressure
it's not only about economic policy being from the central government.
So what you are saying that's is the point. What you are saying is that the reason to pressure and the reason to dollar CDI stabilize.
No, fairly stable.
Fairly stable.
Because it fluctuates.
Fairly stable no. Because pressure any dollar pressure need dollars
in the area of debt payment.
Debt payment. And I make her say, to be fair to the government, the government has started. Said the one Kasa indicated, has started negotiating with the people.
Yes.
The externally, to the extent that China, Japan, Germany for. Yeah, country almost a monk can be my and only at the Adina, even at Mahasre. See, the Microphone can be my. But this is a step. Nipano manage your economy, no. And who say, if I don't take these steps, and Yama Behadrin, so I'm going to tell the people I owe, say, give me some breather. And you think it is not any effort?
No, Pato, because what occasion this particular situation now, you have to take this step. It is as a result of mismanagement and reckless borrowing. You could have prevented the mismanagement. See, it's only this government pen on what call Eurobond $13.5 billion. Neora Kufoni Mahamani Mills Jinano. And Drew question is $13.5 billion. No, if an assassin can echo the productive areas are like I'm coming like Terminal 3. We took money on the balance sheet of what Ghana Airport Company. As they say, they are getting money to pay. They say, a trouble gas, China Fosika, and a gas, $13.5 billion. What occasion the thing is where we are looking at. And then you are because time, you see, they took some 3 billion euro bond, Eco Parliament. Or who can say they will use 1 billion to restructure IPP. And then the IPP got 2.3 billion. That $1 billion from Eurobond. In addition to the extra proceeds. Don't look at the point and say, SRC will take a step. What occasion this challenge and problem? And that will tell you how bad the manager is.
Okay.
That's the point. Number two, say, okay about the COVID-19 audit report. Say, look, they have chopped our money. Let me tell you, the auditors say, your insurance at you, our insurance cover policy, the frontline help workers, Obiansa and can insurance document, but yet you have 10 million Ghana cedis, any insurance company. Where the document? That's number one. Number two, reporters can say there was over invoicing. What is over invoicing? It's stealing. Maybe auto phone say 100 cedis, then you bring invoice of what 1,000 cedis. So they chop the money. So you can't come and sit here. I can say,
okay.
Now the point is that they must be taken to court and say, have they taken that step? No. Wow.
No, but Auditor General so power source.
Yes, in When I say they are referring to the Auditor General, including the government are buying a pushing because are buying now. It is kind of man who say spending and a record say they were over invoicing no receipt for the food that ebi no receipt in
right. So Abano has closed the Auditor General with some powers to be able to do.
Abaya share your
no, but that is your institutions will do the job for you.
Say, fighting corruption
through the institutions.
And you mentioned
through the institutions.
So Abaya must be talking to because Abaya appointee Auditor General.
No, but Auditor General recently, I don't know if you have not been monitoring, has come out to say, we'll uncover bears 15-point-something billion.
From the COVID-19 report.
No, from
his entire COVID-19 is part of it.
No. You don't read.
You didn't read
that report.
No, he can't tell you say you don't read. No, I don't know. I don't think that is what.
I said you didn't read.
And America said, Pato, there's no report. HSA. Do you have any report as a journalist? Say HSA COVID-19 audited account. Say cannot move here.
No,
there's no report.
What I have is that Ghana Sika Auditor General uncover say 15 billion beer.
That one
all retrieving or charging for
retrieving. Since this government Sika through the Auditor General report is over 54 billion. And yes, from the report, if you put them together, year on year, you can put them together.
17, 12,
yes, 54 billion. It is OT50. And see, COVID-19 audited report was a special one. It was not part of the yearly audited account. So, when we report say, this can give me a special report on that one. So, okay. No, you
cannot take all the time.
Which point are you reacting to again?
Next point.
What is the next
point? See, 2020, COVID-19 by and crumble. Revenue was even, there was a shortfall in revenue. And so it's a lie, big lie. Because here report, they even said their target, they got more money. So you can't blame on that one on it. And also,
revenue generating internal revenue.
No, target. No. You said total revenue is taxes, grants, and oil, proceeds. And American say report we even exceeded in the COVID time.
That's so let him make.
Let me finish.
I gave him that.
If you allow me to land, then you come in. Then also, please, water free. Forgetting say they brought COVID-19 levy.
All right.
What are you telling me?
That's right.
So let's stop the lines.
So we say we are friends saying ignorant disposition NDC for Eddie all the time.
No, but how can he say this? How can he say this?
But I'm making a point.
No,
he's making a point. So listen to what I'm saying.
No, you can't say this. No, your premise is really wrong.
No,
you are ignorant in the sense that COVID-19 report was a special report separate from the yearly audited account.
Hold it. So
when I say ignorant disposition,
all right. So
let me tell you why I'm saying that there is an ignorant. Because Obika Tremi said for the past 6 years I buy 54 billionaire. He is exhibiting his ignorance. You are supposed to be a because Auditor General's report will uncover say receipts way next year or carry forward. So how do you put everything together and say
year after year?
Exactly. Year after year. No. Say your friend said 2 years ago. Okay, say ECG indebted to the tune of 9 billion. You remember? Last year account because they were not still able to recover. So
account individually.
Exactly. Now, how do you put individually and make it not true?
That is a lie.
You see, you are ignorance. Ignorance.
You are ignorant.
Because you are telling me that
that's a lie. Every account is paid. See, you are a liar. So that's my point. You are a liar.
Okay, so now let's.
That is a lie.
Let's.
You see, you don't understand auditing accounts. Let's explain your gross ignorance. You're telling me you're very ignorant. Look at you.
No, listen.
Look at you.
No, the thing is not about who is ignorant here.
Look at you.
The thing is about whether we have been able to turn the corner or not. The thing is about Timi Sika enough.
Can you see them saying this?
It is not about the two of you. So and then Ghana form family, you know. Ghana for the moon discussing now.
Exactly.
But
so
you can't
to the two of you.
All right. Ghana for me because I am giving you your friends saying solutions because yes because and I'm actually say your friends say read the budget you say in the next 1 year and I say in the next 6 months saying a better economy you always sit here and criticize you've not provided a single
because your solution doesn't bring anything.
You see the problem.
There's no solution from you. What have you done so far? 7 years things are becoming worse.
Every day
you are telling lies every day.
Okay, so make your point. So you started and starting on the premise that he has displayed some ignorance.
Yes.
And I will bet him.
Yes.
So tell me say
ECG
2020. Me fan say 2022.
Yes.
Say electoral
around 17 billion.
Say electoral commission.
Around 17 billion. Out of that, 9 billion. ECG indebtedness for that year. The following year, ECG, the same indebtedness, recover, so they carried it forward into 2023. This is the basics. I'll be ending because
that is what you understand about
because when you read, you see that last year they couldn't uncover this amount of money. Who put everything together this year? No, they couldn't uncover this amount of money because a state of that year. Debt, you're writing off. A trophy for and yes, Anna,
you're carrying it forward.
You carry. Omusha, what Omatimi recover this. Into we know so Eda so into what can this year the Abumu I go to audit conferences. I'm a management member at Youth Employment.
It is not true. It is
not true.
Listen.
Let him say what he knows. You have told us what you know. What happened? Say the car. Yetimi.
You see original TV. Say your auditing and a couple thousand be that hot. Oh, but say growing entity definitely.
Say yetimi auditing. Say me pen for bakase and say muno kan o mo kase. Say you say the all can say ye de kase afe we. Na say Ghana sika no an na san hwehwem bio na say de ka ye to we no gu ni ahwe afe we no aka
sana no ka say ye to ni na gu na hwe we anyinaka
how is it possible why are the money
David
it's liability we call it accrual so accrual means you can carry forward that is not what we are discussing. We have audited your. Listen. Take your time. We have. So
at this point, you
have audited your account. No.
But let me finish my point.
Ignorance in accounting. Pato, you see, Udika, no, see, Udika is liability. That is not anything bad. Unya de bonibia is accrual, so you can carry forward. Me can't listen. Me can't. But audited account, sika ankoye misappropriation, wrongdoing. And I can't say, put together 54. But you think about their debt.
Okay, so
debt is liability accrual. It's not a sin.
Anyway,
you understand
the phone lines are open, but
so you see what you have again, or see your friends
your point.
Yenye deliberate policy bia na ye ama ye drew baby ayate ni corner. When unim say a debt exchange in this country, you are suspended debts. It didn't come by default. You take that decision to suspend debts. You take the decision to do gold for oil. Wow, tana hakan say I take it 30% of sika de biano eko kram fran over. You mentioned it here, which is even higher, but you said 30%. But I know and you biana ye. So we don't have to take credit for the decision we took. The economy is now on your friends sound
autopilot. Okay, mame for abai. One come there enti abai. One enti for abai. Abai na boko there.
Boko mikata fi ashama zenu.
Yanko ya ni nua.
Kachira awa te wakani de wi o ma ye tie for so yente ya ge wa.
Yanko ya ni.
Ye ko bi wa exhibit ignorance onua. Because you say abai we ya pato. Six akufu ado be di o ma penyi. Six wo o ma ni mu nyina edididika. Cocoa board last time we catch a cocoa board and then 10 p.m. profit no under John Dramani Mahama time. And the cocoa board dika for the first time in the history of this country. Ghana Commercial Bank out. What kata jama awa ankata no so man penya kufuado e kwa offer to bu o my way. Tenka o man ni ni papa ja pade na ko man penya kufuado. E bu o man ni say anka say na say no be ka fa hu. Mupa ye moto sisa o free NDC uko MPP ko join MPP apende upa radio ni TV so bia tro ko na wudi enima yeti memufo upa o me kan wadem pato kwayo mampenye kufuata afaso awere ni Ghana no wo hu niema tutu we e the principal countries no che campaign anka omanpanyi wanda omanpanyi Kufuado na minister ekita $1 million woni de obi say your French countries na igabaji to omanpanyi oda tuti akonya so
thankfully your French country Ghana ono de aya mama mfasa nema no ntoto ye de no ewom say ye de na efia no say enkoye kura ni nkwa fa so ye de sesa no nti eye se bibi esi a aja ye nyina ye wo wiase no mu de enso ya ye de no me mfa me de e toto nsa na me msese ba twa nkwa ma no so obani pacho di no fa kwa free
Welcome, Omisu Ade Pato.
Wonu msa mete no me hunhu mu sa osof ma me na afre no.
Pato nyamye bie weni pop.
Na bibi aboko de osof ma me.
Nyamye adom Pato.
Yo yanko ya nim.
Awa o me bona baso o dendi sinina ku pop na no pe. Ama ko to bigli achi abanje jo ni na ndiara. I was my own to say, I know the can. But so, we sent you more than a mother of Mahmoud Baunia. The main folk those who do not then your campaign of me thinking the bear about one of them. But so, and rat in the Furiapa, a man on home bride, the fairness on no a bit rich. A need yourself, but young come perfect the dear man was young. Then this before Junior do Musuya Ambum until discussion in almost to no more depression. Jesse told me that MDP any year for Memphis. At MDP students over 2024, that the air can Ghana for emphasis by one stand than for custody. And Mr. Ishala, Ghana a baby.
That's it, of mammy. Nti onso so betimi do adwenkyere aba na yakoye ni mafa. Ensamo ya ka no ha ene se no budget I kan ho asem ne ade. Bajo di no fa kwa free.
But your friend Koja Samoa, the cassette free castle.
Kojo ye tio.
You when you were doing that for us. You ever MP4. Omoba. Omani yena yini diaku, yena yetimupi. Na mama mamuno nebye. Na mama mamuna nenye no MPP for na ma yeti say no man mamuno enye den nenye na nando amamu oba ye no ana say enye no enye MPP for na eka wo eye timamufuo no a ne hu egadifuo wo mo etukwan wo mo ye nyuma ene niema he koso wo mo na ebode wo ntinsem e koso Ghana ha no wo bisa wo back to say NDC chairman bi ana MPP pen NDC pen infodi ababe ka bibi mo asantra fo mo monim mutie ko monim di o man no e se sin traffic asa enti iye ti ye bo bia pampam no ne ye sene den o mo nsiesie wo man no o mo mo dia no mo nsiesie wo man na nye NDC na nye MPP na nye NDC na nye PP o mo di aburanka sankasa
call na drop it. Awa some can say enye se time bi na Ghana for time na mum de aircon ye twa ho mfoni no na ye de kire mo se mo hwe na mo nye ni na nye time.
Baby eguso ayeye say na make no say at least deliberately ye hwe economy no yie edu ba bia eji yensem kakra ya san etimi age a ya tani corner no a eguso ayeye de oti e kire a or criticizing on ka bibi fufura obeyo
na kona no mo se mustia no modern
ampa emodern unse ukọ na ekwan ne nye wako asphalt wadu rough road to say your friends say ekwan ya to say ekwan ya nsawam to your friends say ofankoya president Akufo-Addo no 6 lanes no unse ene
wo se kona ni Mama for
a very bumpy.
I call any. Mama Baba Jodino for Guavri.
I tell you, it was a fit about lunch.
Obani, Idi,
Honorable, and in Yakumawa. About the car, Honorable, let's just NDC and Party Park. Or say, or call MPP, must be Banga Saudi, what I just say, MC always said, man. Why you mama money here you
Now, ye come at auditor general report. 70, 40, 60, you wouldn't have school. Yeah, audit here, I didn't see them my auditing. I just say based on annually, an annual. You say I want to say, the Yaya previous and figure Mama Town, Nana, a figure friends, Ukruma Town, now auditing. Based on our argument. And I'm what? You know, can say, yeah, cut your friends, over is car apartment for 20,000, 20 million. Now, all complete a quantity I'm saying that we only press empty barrel. I on a bookie. I want to complain about rules. Now, over let's carry you. Over say, your mama time. Therefore, any time you have a buyer fine, every 6 months, you're not contracted this one or party fine. About we buy update in your quantity area. Now, I say, report I anything said, your mama time. I say, yes, your school card, your work and your
Mr. Meda say odo adwentre eba me betimi afa be one call bi ansana sorry our
yes and na me can say na kwan no ISC
say o she antoro
yes the me can say o hwe auditor general reporter eba na 2 years ago be 9 billion indebtedness your friends saying a car and that one
caller we me ba cho o last caller odi nu fa kwa free
pato
men twempena
ni pato yakupon entumu kwandemu we biemu ni super papa woni ndisi ni no na awa de abonse me bi ni so mo we twentro papa no ngusu no ntwa sa na pato na denti no we mashi wo sa
oze
I don't know we must use say la awa de mfatum bi no yo o si o ye friend say original TV go say ya me pe mu
original TV de moka
ake ga na krampo dika original TV ga ke we dika na de na nyame original TV on dika da
amen
ko mi wie here
amen
we hu awa no eduma yesuma ne sombe yo ho anu no onu anore ye no on betwentro no ntufutu ngu ye ga na fo ye ni sa omusuban anu sa ade no skano match cheche obi asesa ni degu polity bag polity tank obi asesa ni degu polity tank and obi asesa ni degu fie and obi asesa ni dia odi e bia no so odi nti uka bibi o ha ono ntie obi aka bibi o ntie gana fo yesu o ntie sa ntro ne no yitwa no o ntwa sa hwe bibi o ye bia ewie o ma wo hwe se dia ye bre ye ko apa down reckless bolo we no ono no ko fasade ni nyina ba atamis by no say no adentin ye ba crack gas ifi amanoni a ye be run electricity of busia odi ya turbo gas and the MP before mu didi hu onu onwi hu o je kan we ya no adanya asem ye kan we no ade hwe ntono wo betwa saa o twa saa so ampa so what the one day for him ongusuncha ondi politician ya neki official no go mu
but that's a pay when twempena
so just a few things My Joy Online. Auditor General cites ECG for over 145 million worth of procurement breaches. Now, see, these breaches occurred during the period 2016 to 2021, but it was carried into the Auditor General's report of 2022. And then I can say OSHA Auditor General's report from 2017 up to ene. Na okani nyina bom na okase ni nyina eye malfeasance, misappropriation,
and the previous
essence say omu eko na omu audited the accounts of ECG ene na 10 billion I can say na ewo ho a na ye eka 10 billion Ghana cedi